white tongue-tied midnight. You can say all that you want, but you and I were meant for this. You know, sometimes we hide behind this illusion that we're done. Oh, please see that you're wrong in this. I don't fall in love cause I'm here tonight. I don't wanna say it, but it just feels right. I took the pills just to pass the time. I want to stay at the back of your mind. Wasting it all for him, don't get me wrong, but I'm done with these games. But I'll hold on to faith. You and I are stuck on this. I can't seem to let this go. It's not too late to show little faith this time. I still feel like you lied about the way that you can't love. We should have never let this go. No, we were the catch on the summer nights. Kids in the street that got it right. Every time I felt to let go. Every time I felt to let go. Wasting it all for him, don't get me wrong, but I'm done with these games. But I'll hold on to faith. You and I are stuck on this. I can't seem to let this go. It's not too late to show little faith this time. You can knock me down, but I'll find a way. She said you don't know. She said you don't know. If this is what you want, if you wanna go, I'll have to go and let it breathe. But I'll be waiting here, you see. I don't know if everything will be alright. Sometimes you gotta let go, 'cause I gotta let you go.
All right, I hope you can hear me now. I started and the microphone wasn't working. All right, just fix it. So welcome everyone. Welcome those who are watching this right now. If you're watching this live, if you watch this in the future, thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you for coming to my channel to watch this live video that we've been doing on a weekly basis now, which is great. Stopped for a while, of course, then we took a break and we tried to consistently make this video so we can cover as much ground as possible, talk about the collectibles, talk about this world that we love. And as those who are watching this for the first time, you are now familiar with me in this case, in this channel, in this live videos particularly, I cover all the collectibles, all the highlights for me of the week. In this case, it's not just limited to statues or action figures. I cover a vast array of things and a range of whatever collectible that I'm passionate about, that I love. And it could be action figures. It could be from cheap action figures to high-end expensive statues. I'm not limited. I like props. I like everything. I collect a lot of things. I've been collecting for many years now, all sort of things. And I've been involved in many hobbies, and I'm still involved in many hobbies, and I'm passionate about the hobbies. So I welcome you to this channel, to everyone that it's here. I appreciate that you stopping by. And let me give you an idea what we're gonna cover today, just for have that mindset. I want to let you know that as always, this channel, everything is timestamped. So after this video is over, more than likely tomorrow morning, from tomorrow, it will always be timestamped. And that way, if you miss something in the video, you can always come back to the video, watch the repetition, watch the video, watch that part that on the subject that you want to talk about, the collectible. So that way it's easier. So it's not like 2-3 hours of video where you don't know exactly where I talk about the thing that you were more interested on. So you can always use that for reference, which is great. And of course, I cover anything that is licensed. We don't cover unlicensed products here, for obvious reasons, trying to protect the, the IPs and stuff like that and not get into legal trouble. So that's what we talk about. Now, and one thing I ask you, please, you are welcome to share. This is live, so you can chat with me. I respond. There's nobody else that I'm talking to. I'm not distracted by that. Like, I feel that sometimes with the other live videos with people, you are talking to the person, you're not really paying attention to the comments. And I hear the conversation is not between me and a guest, which I'm not against it. And I have done this too, but it's more about having a conversation with you, sharing my opinion and sharing it with you and having a conversation and back and forth. So you're more than welcome to share your opinion with me and chat about the things. Let me know how you feel about that. If you like or don't like the product that we talk about, just let me know in the comments. Please also leave a like. If you're watching it, you like what I do, subscribe. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media. You see Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm JP Sauri. It's hashtag JP Sauri. Or, you can also follow me, or actually you can support me through Patreon if you like, or you can do the super chat if you like what I'm doing here, you want to support this channel in a way, any dollar that you give, that can really help also to keep building the channel. So let me give you an idea now, for those who are interested on this, and I welcome everyone, whether you're watching live or you watch the in this case, the repetition, you watch the recording. We're going to cover today, I want to talk about Nacelle Toys. They already Nacelle Toys is a very small producer. They released some things a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't get the chance to talk about it then. I want to kind of cover it a bit, to kind of give it a little, I'm not remember if I did cover it, but I want to cover it here. I want to talk about Studio series. I want to talk about Transformers, Hasbro with Studio Series 86. They have great reveals for those who are familiar with G1, those who are fans of the 1986 film. They reveal some things, some figures that actually they were released before, but now they are retweaked, repainted, redone to be more movie accurate. And I'm looking forward to this for Studio 86. Also Generations, based on comic books, they have some releases. So Transformers, we're gonna cover some of that stuff from Hasbro. We're gonna talk about Threezero. They have the Robo. If you're a fan of Robotech, they have a new figure. Looks really good. I'm a big fan of Robotech. I grew up with watching the cartoon. We're gonna talk about Hot Toys, of course. Hot Toys every week releases some cool stuff. So they have some stuff, of course, for Star Wars. We're gonna look at the figures that were released this week. We're going to look at Queen Studios InArt. They have a new figure out of nowhere. We kind of knew that it was coming. This is for Harry Potter fans. Very cool looking figure. We're gonna look at it today. We're going to talk about, in the statue side, we're gonna talk about SD Toys. They are at Sideshow. They're releasing a couple of statues. We're gonna look at some of them. We're gonna look if you're a Mazinger Z fan. This is the one that really intrigued me. If you're a kid from the late 70s and the 80s, and you're definitely gonna remember Mazinger Z. So definitely a fantastic cartoon back in the day. So I'm glad to see a statue of it, and now it's at Sideshow. We're gonna look at talk about Kotobukiya. They released another statue for the ARTFX-J line. We're gonna look at First for Figures. They have a Morrigan statue. You're a fan of Darkstalkers. It looks amazing. We're gonna look at Dark Horse Direct. They are celebrating, of course, now Hellboy is celebrating the 30th anniversary, which is amazing because the 25th anniversary, I talked about it in my podcast 5 years ago, and now they have something. So we're gonna look at it today. It's a very interesting looking vinyl statue, but it looks amazing, and we're gonna look at it today. We're gonna look at also Blizzard Entertainment. Their collectible side, they have some new statues, and they're at Sideshow. We're gonna look at them today. They look amazing. They're within 1/6, I'm not mistaken, 1/5, somewhere in between the scale, just by the sizes alone. We're gonna look at Prime One Studio. Definitely they have, if you're a fan of Gurren Lagann, they finally have the statue. One of the highlights for me at their most recent showcase. It's already on pre-order. We're gonna look at it today, and we are also gonna cover PCS. They have a new statue on the 1/3 scale for The Howling. So if you're a horror fan, definitely they have something for you. So definitely it's good. Now, something that I wanted to do now with the channel, and I'm trying to do now more, is I definitely I try not to be having to the point that I get in almost 3 hours or so doing videos, even more, and it's getting too long. So I'm gonna try to minimize some of that time. I want to concentrate not on everything I have done in the past, you know. I want to emphasize the things that are highlights for me, the things that I think are the coolest. There's always so many products, and it's hard to keep up with all the products. I cannot cover everything, but I will definitely cover the ones that I personally like the most, and I feel that people are more interested on, because the community, the reaction, the response in social media throughout the week, it's been positive or negative, but it's been heavy response to it. And ultimately, the purpose of building this channel, any channel, is to have, talk about things that are the people want to hear about, and not just simply cover things in there. It's the purpose of building a channel is to grow it, and I have to build this channel. I have to grow it. I've been doing it I'm to the point. I was looking at the numbers. Even though I have a video that's 10 years, I technically been almost producing videos almost to 12 years. 12 years, maybe when you look at the video that I have in the channel, the intro video when I did my 10th anniversary. But I'm getting closer to 12 years since my first video that was uploaded. Almost 12 years. And the channel itself has been open for 14 years. I opened the channel 14 years ago at the beginning, technically on YouTube, which is it's close to 15 years. It's close to 50 years, which is amazing now. But when I opened the channel over 14 years ago, I wanted to make videos, but I didn't, kind of was not well enough. I didn't have the time to do it, and my life was hectic back then. I waited for 2 years until I produced my first video, and the rest is history. I have produced over 1,000 or so, 1,500 or so videos. It's been a good number of videos over time, and every video has been, something that I have worked hard to produce. And every video that I do here, it's always an investment of time, and also try to bring the best possible, get prepared for it, trying to improve it, trying to do the best thing. And I love what I do. I'm not the biggest channel, and I want to and now before we get into everything, and again, I welcome you to be here. I wanted to share something in this video that I definitely, it's important to share. Just give me a second. But I wanted to share it because I think, there was a couple of things that I want to mention here. And this is something from a personal standpoint. Whether people want to hear or not, that's not up to me. It's not, and I'm not as concerned about other people's opinions about what I do. I noticed, and I'm not going to name this. I watched someone in another video. I'm not going to name it. Probably you saw it. Probably you didn't. Who knows? Somebody saying, in response to the latest videos that I've been doing videos in response to XM Studios like this week, which technically were not even videos that I make. It were excerpts of my last live video. As you know, with these live videos, I cover everything. So on this excerpt, I talk about what's happening at XM Studios. I cover what's happening Futurama. No, sorry. No, Futurama. We're talking about like the well, I don't remember. I'm just so in this week, we've been covering. I'm a little lost right now. I'm just thinking. I think I'm just calling this the wrong company. Figurama. That's what it is. So we covered Figurama. So it was a response about what this week. Some people didn't like what I said, and whether they do it, I posted in different groups. My video, because hey, I'm promoting my channel. This was nothing. I didn't make the video for that purpose, or I just made excerpts, took excerpts of my video, my live video last week, and I just simply posted it as a way for people. I'm promoting my channel. I am promoting my channel. There's nothing wrong with promoting your channel. Everybody does it. I'm promoting my channel, and hey, the least you can do, at least allow people to promote their stuff, because at the end of the day, You know, we all produce content. You know, we all doing stuff here. We all help each other. We're part of this community. I help other people, you know, and I talk about other things. I don't get paid for what I talk about here. Companies don't pay me. Companies don't send me anything. So I did cover my opinion in reference to the situation that collectors are talking about, because that's what I do. That's what I've been doing for many years. I share my opinion, you know, and sometimes it's easier to go to some Facebook groups and post the link for people to watch the video. Some people don't like my opinion, unfortunately, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to like my opinion, and you don't have to agree with my opinion. I'm okay with it. What I'm not okay is when you are disrespectful, you know, with my opinion. And then you attacking me saying that my conversation is rubbish, or that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I'm not an insider, that I don't know, I have no idea, that I'm just doing clickbait. And the sad part is that I'm okay with people who don't know me. I'm not okay with people who know me, who I know for many years, or supposedly are friends, and they mention also the same thing in their own channels. Maybe they don't name me, but they say it. Say, oh, you know, this, and that. And they kind of respond to it, and they say, well, that, you know, they are not facts that I have. To me, it's like, I want to tell you this, to everyone who is listening. I don't care if some people get, you know, upset about it. I've been doing this longer than them. I've been doing longer than some people that are more popular than me, that perhaps they have 100 or 200,000 subscribers and they brag about it every day. I'm not like that. I started before they started, you know, in this channel. I've been producing content before they were even making videos, which had never been even the best videos ever. But, you know, the algorithm kind of pushed those videos, and they pushed them out in one way or the other. Or they created Facebook groups that, you know, a lot of these people create Facebook groups and attract more people through that way, through their channel. I don't even have a Facebook group. I never really felt the need of it. But it seems that if you have a Facebook group, then you are able in social media constantly to interact with people and promote yourself. And that's what they have done in order to grow their channels, promote themselves. I don't buy views. I don't buy bots in order to get more views. You know, everything I have done organically. It has been from me, from my time I have invested over the years to do this content. Everything I have reviewed was never a company sending me anything for review. And believe me, I have received stuff to review in the past, but, you know, I review it early on when I was working for, or doing stuff for Statue Forum. I wouldn't say working for them, because they were never paid me when I was doing stuff there, but I did get some stuff to review, and I just sent it back. I never owned it. It was never mine, but I review other things. And over the years, you know, I'm not just here. Who I am as a collector didn't start on Facebook. What I started as a collector didn't start just making videos, just for popularity. I was a collector way before any of this happened. I was already an active member in forums. You know, I was already a reviewer, for example, at Statue Forum. I was the leader. If you want to know more about me, about who I am, just go to a Statue Forum, look at the reviews area, the review section, look at who wrote the guidelines for the reviews there. It was none of the people that you watch on YouTube. None of them were even collecting back then. None of them, they even have channels back then. It was me. I was the one that did those guidelines with other reviewers back then. And I can count people like Chris B. Muda. He was there. And he didn't write the guidelines, but I with him, I support him, and other reviewers, other people up to this day are like great friends, and I consider great friends. They were involved in the process of building the first Statue Forum, the Statue Forum Awards, which were the only technically professional awards that ever existed. That have, up to this point, there's no other awards. Everybody makes their own awards, but none of them have the same professionalism that Chris did back in the day. And we all did, because we all partake on that event, on really building and helping him to do it. So, you know, when people come with that BS to me that, oh, you don't know the facts, oh, because you haven't worked here or you haven't worked there, I'm sorry, but I knew a lot of these people, you know, over the years. I have talked, if you follow this channel, you know that I have produced content, have reviewed many products over the years. You can go back as almost 12 years ago, and you can see my reviews of Bowen products or Kotobukiya products. I have, you can go to my podcast, HFER's podcast. I have interviewed people who have involved in the industry, people who are, veterans of the industry, legends in the industry. I have talked to them, they're friends of them, Eric Sosa, Joe Mena, have talked to, you name it. There's many people who have interviewed there, so yes, I've been involved in this hobby for quite some time. I have a right to my opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion. I'm not going here to tell people, hey, like your opinion doesn't matter. As long as you come to me respectfully, in a respectful way, then we can interact and we can debate. And I'm okay with that. We can debate the point. We can say, you know, I totally understand what, you know, I'm thinking that, you know, like I said on the XM video, I believe that XM is doing the work in order to get to where it needs to be to get back on track of things. And, you know, some people are upset, collectors are upset because they feel that XM hasn't done enough. And I totally get it. I agree with people as long as you tell me how you feel and you present the facts. And some people do. They come to my page and they have presented their facts and makes me feel like, you know, you're right. You're right what you're saying. I think perhaps my approach to it is more in it seems that I'm more on the company side, but in reality, I'm more trying to be neutral about it. Now, in reference to Figurama, you know, some people are not even talking about Figurama right now. They're not talking, and you know why they're not talking about it? Because they're chummy with the owner of Figurama. You know, many of them, they get free samples to review stuff. So, hey, I don't get anything. I don't have that chummy relationship with them. You know, and even if I had a relationship, which I'm grateful not to, because that's what they're selling. That's what a lot of companies, when there's things that come out to light about Figurama, for example, not paying their bills, that throws things where people, you know, people have the right to voice their opinion. And if you might not see it in certain groups, but if you look at other groups, like for example, the anime statue collectors group, which is even larger than some of these groups that are saying that, you know, everything is okay with Figurama, you're gonna see that a lot of people are concerned, and there's a lot of concerns in Asia because of what's happening with Figurama. Now, I'm not blowing it out of proportion. I'm just simply talking about what is there. And at the same time, I'm trying to be on the side of Figurama, trying to be neutral about it, but also in the side of this person and how this affects everything. I'm not saying that Figurama is out of business. I never said that, because some people thought that I was saying that Figurama is going out of business. I never said that, you know, but some people seem to hear whatever they want to hear. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because they don't understand English or they don't speak English properly. I don't know. You know, I still have an accent. Maybe I don't speak English properly either. But my idea, if you really look at what I'm saying these are flags that we have to consider, and hopefully the company can fix them. Hopefully the company can find a solution to these problems. But when there's smoke, then there's fire, you know? So we have to kind of see it from that perspective. And just because I'm not there, just because I'm not chummy with the owner of a certain company, that doesn't mean that I don't understand the facts. Again, I've been doing this for 20 plus years as a collector. I've been, you know, being involved in forums way before Facebook groups were a thing. You know, I've been making videos for a long time. I have talked to many company owners. I talk to artists who are involved with these companies. They tell you how it is. You know, there are a lot of things that I hear from them in the personal conversations that actually they're not expressed. You know, sometimes people, they maybe in a friendship, through friendship, they might tell you things that, you know, that people don't want to hear, and they kind of give you secrets about certain things, or they tell you how they feel about certain people in the industry because of what the experience they had in the past. And I keep it to myself. You know, I'm not going to go here on social media like some people do, unfortunately, that they like to create drama in order to get views. You know, and yes, they go and do it, but they don't really give you any value. They don't give you information. This is the thing. This is the reason, for example, you follow my channel just recently. If you watch my live interview with the new owner of Oniri Creations, he reached out to me. I didn't reach out to him. He says, hey, you're the only person that have talked about this, and you have the right idea, and you have the right information, and you were presenting the information, not like the other people here that are talking all this, you know, of their assets, and they're really talking about all this creating drama. They have no facts. He told me, you were the only person that understood what's going on here. Of course, you know, my experience as a person who has worked in finances and all, I understand bankruptcy laws because I work with them. So I understood what they were trying to do. So he said, he offered me, he reached out and says, I would like you to interview. Do you have time? I need somebody to interview in English. And also we did, you know, because it was there. You know, I just talk about certain things. Some people might agree, disagree, it's fine. But I'm sharing my opinion because I have the right to share my opinion. And because I'm not just talking off my ass. You know, I'm talking because I've been doing this for quite some time. Now, I may seem heated right now, but it's just fine. Sometimes disappointed. I'm disappointed that I find that people that I consider my friends, they don't have your back. You know, they just simply go and say whatever. You know, when I have the back of everybody. You know, I don't try to talk trash about other YouTubers or Facebook group. You know, the people who handle things. I try not to get involved in those type of things. That's the reason why you don't see me here for the most part, inviting guests because I like to stay away from the drama that sometimes happens on social media. I would like to be positive about things. You know, yes, I don't know exactly what's happened at Figurama. Nobody knows. Them do. Only them. But if there are people complaining about people who are vendors who are dealing with them and they're not getting paid. And I did more digging, that video from this week, I did more digging. The person who made the complaint, because some people said there's those baseless accusations, I found out that this company who is complaining is one of the most well-known shippers in Asia with collectible companies, works with many of them with his storage and shipping and all that. He works with Quint Studios. He works with a lot of the companies in Asia. It is well known, it's respected, but they got to the point that they just couldn't handle it and they decided to go and express it. Whether it's a bully tactic or not, it seems that he has pull with a lot of these companies in China. So we have to listen to these things. We have to pay attention to those signs. I'm not saying that Figurama is, out of business. I'm saying that they're crooks. There's no signs for me that they're doing it. But if somebody's having this relationship, then there is a sign that there's something deeper that needs to be addressed between them, but needs to be addressed. And as collectors, we need to pay attention, because this is a problem that happened right now. The problem that led to what happened to Oniri for a lot of collectors is that people are not looking at the signs. They just see the stuff as, oh, it's so beautiful. They pre-order it. They don't know what they're getting into. And unfortunately, a lot of people get into these situations where they don't get their money back. They don't hear from the company, so something major happens, and they have to wait 2, 3, 4 years. So like a collector was telling, we were having the discussion in XM Studio at one of the groups, like, he's been a collector from XM, and I totally respect that opinion since the beginning. But now it feels that, it's been 3 years wait, and there's no communication about certain products. He feels like he's tired, like he's been given the shaft. And to be honest with you, I have to respect that. People, particularly those who are big time collectors, or those who have been collecting and supported the companies since the beginning, they have a right sometimes to feel and vent and say, hey, there's something wrong here, and I don't feel comfortable as a customer. I don't feel respected because you're not communicating with me, even though I pay you 2, 3 years ago. That I totally get, and I'm going to respond to those things, and I'm going to be respectful of those things. And again, I'm not trying to create drama here. I wanted to vent this out of the end because it bothered me. It bothered me to see people not really paying attention. And my track record speak for itself. My channel is not that big, and that's fine with it. First and foremost, I don't dog companies. I don't go after them asking them for samples so I can review. I don't go there trying to impose myself into their views. I don't have a Facebook group so I can just simply steer the pot and create some drama so they all can, get into it, in the bandwagon, to the point that I become a manipulator rather than a person who is actually doing something of service to the community. Because that's the thing, influencers nowadays, they seem to influence opinion. And I'm not necessarily an influencer, you can call it that, because my reach is small in my channel. But everything I do here is I'm sincere about it. Companies don't pay me to do what I do. They don't really send me stuff to review. They don't give me anything, kickbacks for doing and talking good or bad about it. So I have the right to do whatever I want to do, and I am going to do whatever I want to do, and I'm going to share my opinion. Whether they like it or not, whether they don't allow me to post it in their Facebook groups, I'm good with it. I'm still going to be who I am, unapologetically me. I'm still going to be. People who know me well, who have worked with me well, who have been with me, they know that I'm just like that. I'm the type of person that I'm going to be me, regardless if I get views or not, regardless if people come and watch my videos or not. And I know some people would rather go watch other people because they seem to be more fun and because they attract this or attract that. But believe me, a lot of those people are not sincere and honest. Honestly, they're not sincere and honest. They tell you, and they can go and they tell you time and time again that they're the only ones who know the truth, but they don't know the truth. They not tell you the truth. They only tell you what they want to hear. They want you to tell you what they think that you should hear in order to benefit them. They don't talk about the things that don't benefit them. If the companies don't give them anything, they don't talk about those companies. If they don't feel that they're going to gain anything out of the situation, they're not going to talk about it. That is the reason sometimes you're going to see in a lot of these YouTube channels, they skip some subjects or they skip some companies and benefit and they talk about the companies that actually gives them at least something in return. Sad but true. That is the reality of how the influencing, the influencers or the influencer market exists nowadays. That's what they call it now. They are going to cover the companies that are paying one way or another, whether it's through free samples, through free information, through, hey, I'm going to give you the news, I'm going to give you something so you can or this, you know, the thing, so I can talk to you and I give you an interview, or I send you something so you can talk about it, or I send you pictures of this upcoming situation or this upcoming product so you get the worldwide reveal, things like that. I don't do that. I just don't. But when I get the information, I just cover it like everyone else and every other collector. And I encourage any collector, and that's the thing, I encourage any collector to do the same. If you want to create your own channel, just talk about the things. Don't care about the views, don't care about the viewers, just care about being honest and just do what you do. And I think that's going to, in the end, going to be better, and people will know you for that. They'll know you for your honesty, not just because you're just faking on camera. So that's all I want to say. I just vented, maybe went too far, but you know what? This is me, and always gonna be me, and I'm not going to apologize for being me. That's just the way it is. All right, let's get into it now. Seems that nobody watched that part, which is a part, maybe that's a good thing because nobody's watching, but somebody will be here at some point. In any case, I want to cover the collectibles today. Let's see. And for that, I'm gonna take you. Ooh. All right, we're in the right place. Oh, look at that burger. That was good. I was turning hands something. All right, so let's talk about, I'm gonna take you to Big Bad Toy Store. And the reason why we come into Big Bad, as always, they got a lot of different collectibles here, cool things. I want to talk about a company that normally I've talked about it before. Nacelle. Nacelle. This is a very small producer. If you go to their website, Nacelle Company, they really don't have. You know, he started producing his own stuff. The biker mice of Mars, of course, is one that went on pre-order not long ago. Fantastic. People love those figures. Now the Wild West Cowboys of Mesa. This is a cartoon, of course, from the 90s, but also I think it was in the 90s. But also there was a video game, which is a fun video game, by the way, from Konami. Hey, how you doing, Adam? Hey. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, being yourself is the best thing you can do. So I want to talk about this new Mesa. I like the video game. It's one of my favorite ones. But here is they went on pre-order a few weeks ago. I didn't get the opportunity to talk then, but I want to cover it because I think they look fantastic. For example, they got this. This figure is like the biker mice. If you go at Nacelle Company, I'm looking here. I'm gonna show you what they have. Some of those toys, they go for more obscure ones, but of course you see the biker mice. The motorcycles now are on pre-order, which is great. I think the bikers, they sold out, if I'm not mistaken. They were like, yeah, you see there's two that sold out. There's one on pre-order. The reception has been good, you know, and this is a small producer. I like to talk about small producers because I think they offer a great product. You know, sometimes this indie producers, they really create great figures for a great price with a lot of accessories, and sometimes better than the major companies. You would pay the same price for an Hasbro product, Marvel Legends, and would not come with as many accessories as this come. And this is a great one. This is going to release, of course, because it's a small producer. It's gonna take some time. This is gonna not release until the second quarter 2025, which is a long wait, a year from now. But look at this design. Very well done. The way he did the articulation, he was done because technically it's just a guy with, you know, a few guys helping him. It's a very small producer. And look at all the accessories that come with it, all the different guns and handguns and the rifle and the hands. And it looks really, really good. I think I like this figure. The packaging, for example, is also very cool. This is definitely one that you feel like, man, do I take it out of the package? Just the package alone looks like a VHS cassette, you know, tape or something. Now this is the other one, the Sheriff Terror Ball, which is this huge fella. That is a very nice, same $34.99. The price for everything the same, regardless of the size. That is a very nice looking figure. And then look at the exchange, the interchangeable portrait, the head, the hands, the weapons. Very, very cool. Very nice size. And that is just an idea of the packaging. I think it's just a rendering of the packaging. If the packaging comes like that, it's going to be really cool. I'm not sure if it's going to be a window packaging. Probably in some way, kind of what NECA does, which I always like NECA's packaging, which I always hate to open. I still have a lot of NECA things in the box. Or we have this girl here. This is Kate Custer. Calamity Kate Custer. Very cool figure too. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. You're one of the real ones. I will tell you that. But yeah, here is the Cowboys of Mesa. Very nicely done. I like these figures. Definitely, they did a fantastic job. Nacelle, definitely, you can come to Big Bad Toy Store. I think you can also go to the Nacelle. Let's see, Nacelle. I think Nacelle Toys. I think you can do right there, Nacelle Store. You can pre-order here. They also have the pre-sale of the mice too. You can order directly from them here as well. You can also buy from their website. So you look for the Nacelle Store, and then you'll be able to find them there on the pre-sale. Definitely, the company's doing amazing work. I think they have a potential. They have a bright future, and we just give them credit. You know, give them some space in order to do what they're doing. This guy started just doing things on his own, and definitely is just kind of pumping it, and I think he's doing something really amazing. So credit to him for doing something really cool. Now I want to take you to Hasbro, and I want to take you to Hasbro Pulse because there's a couple of Transformers that came out this week. People are excited for them. We're gonna come to also Big Bad Toys because some of them are only available at Big Bad Toy Store. But if we come here, we're talking at the new thing. Brand Series Transformers. So we're gonna look at Transformers. There's a couple of things here, as you can see. They were released this week. I will tell you honestly, I'm not a fan of everything Transformers. You know, like I don't collect all the Transformer figures. The Cybertron stuff, I love the Cybertronian, the War for Cybertron, all those games, but I'm not necessarily a big fan of some of the figures that they are sold from that. I like the design in the video game, not necessarily for toys. I go more for the classic stuff for the toys. So here, there's a few that are missing. We have a few. So that's the reason why I'm gonna take you to Big Bad Toys back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go back and forth between both websites. And we are looking at Transformers. Here you can see on Big Bad Toy Store the stuff that was released. That is Transformers Legacy. Let's see if we see anything for Studio 86. I'm going to do feature pre-orders, new arrivals. No, that's not what I need. Let me take it here. Right, Studio Series. Let's start with Studio Series. That's the one I'm going to start first before we go to the next one. And the reason I want to come to Studio Series here, of the new stuff that happened here, not everything, new and popular. Hopefully I can see it here. This soup, we talked about it before. Trying to see if we can find it here. Man, it disappeared quickly. Wow, they disappear. All right, let's see all Transformers. Sometimes the way they do it, it's not new and popular. All right, so we got the missing link. We're not gonna talk about it. Some people love it. These are the ones are sold out here. These three are sold out. That's why they're not showing up. This are completely sold out. You can still find them also. I think they were also sold out at Hasbro, unfortunately. That's probably the reason why they're not showing up. They're not there. Which is kind of like a shame because I would love to see them. But in any case, these are the new figures that probably they're gonna end up also at, you know, and your retailers like Walmart. That Walmart carries them a lot. So this is the one, for example, from the film. I think you have. First, I want to talk about Springer. Springer came out with the War for Cybertron show. They have that. The War for Cybertron. They have a pretty much the model there, but it was more. There were a couple of things that were not as good with that model. Now they perfected that. They want to resemble the cartoon for the Studio Series 86. Series to get more into the cartoon line, also a little of the aspects of the comic book, like that axe, which is something that you see in the comic. He didn't have it in the movie, but it looks a lot better. I do like the paint job. It has the sword, which is great. It's the deco is better. It's more accurate. There were probably, I think, some engineering. For the most part, it's the same figure, but there are some changes on adjustments that I can see on in the legs, which is great. And in the transformation, also the way they did, of course, he transformed into 2 different vehicles, the tank mode, and then of course you have the helicopter mode. So I think it looks better. The colors are better. It's cleaner. There are changes, adjustments that I make it look more what it needs to be. And here you can see that's the packaging that is going to be used, which is great. It's the same standard packaging. So I'm very happy for this one because I miss on that particular Springer. Oh, that is a statue. That is a vinyl statue. That is a Dark Horse. It's gonna be a Dark Horse Direct. So I'll let you know. But yeah, if you go to Dark Horse Direct, you'll see it there. It's the first thing they're promoting, the 30th anniversary. And it's actually very inexpensive. It has a lot of change out parts, so we're gonna look at it too. It's gonna be, I would say, around 1/6, probably close to 1/5 scale. So we're gonna look at it in a moment. But here, as like I was telling you, this is the Springer. Very cool. So I'm definitely a fan of that. Of course, sold out here. I'm sure they have more available, and if not, of course, we're gonna see it down the road. So I'm definitely gonna add to my collection. Also, they got the 86 core Steeljaw. This is definitely for another one. People seem to like it. It's okay. I'm not necessarily a big fan, but for me, of course, continue the collection and all the characters that appear in the movie. I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, transforming to a cassette, which is the purpose of having this one. It's definitely more accurate. And necessarily a fan of the legs per se. Those legs are perhaps my least favorite thing. But yeah, it's more accurate than anything that has been ever produced. And this is going to be the tiny one. So it's going to be available at your local. Probably more than likely you'll see it at Walmart. So looking forward to it, but it's already sold out here as the pre-sale. Again, it's going to be released in October. I think the one that most people are excited, and definitely this one here too. It's the Transformer, now the movie, the deluxe Bumblebee. It looks really neat. There were some changes, of course, done to this one, but it's more accurate to the cartoon, primarily on the transformation, on the vehicle mode. It definitely looks like in the movie, in the cartoon. So they did that. It's still not like 100%. It's not gonna look like a Bumblebee. In this case, Bumblebee, a Volkswagen, a Beetle, but it looks like it looks in the cartoon, and I think it looks great. The packaging, so people are really excited for this one. I like it. So looking forward. This one sold out completely. So again, this probably will be available at Walmart sometime in the holiday season. So looking forward to those. Now for the others that came out, I'm gonna tell you, and for that reason I'm gonna go back to here to Hasbro Pulse. There's 2 that are generations. I knew that this one was coming, which is this one right here, the Grimlock, based on the comic book, the UK Marvel comic books from the 80s, which in my opinion are fantastic, and I wish Marvel released those. Now that I think they're doing more stuff back with Hasbro, they're able to re-release that, put it into an omnibus, and we get those comic books because they're fantastic. The G.I. Joe comics from the 80s, the Transformers comics from the 80s, those are amazing, and definitely they need to be republished now that Hasbro has been, I think, having the Hasbro license, because IDW lost that license with Hasbro, so they're not republishing none of those things. But now that they're back with Marvel, then definitely it would be nice if Marvel and Hasbro make an arrangement. They did that with Micronauts, they did that with ROM, so hopefully they do the same thing with this. But this is, for example, this is the Straxus. Straxus is one character. It's an evil Decepticon that appears in the comic book. It's from the comic books, and they did a fantastic job, $54.99, to really represent the character as it's supposed to be. There's a picture of Straxus. It looks like the comic book. Fantastic job. This guy is bad. This guy is bad blood. It's evil. This is one of the leaders of the Decepticons. So you have to kind of follow the comic book, which have a lot of lore. And they did a really fantastic job in doing it. Here, giving you, he transforms into a big cannon, as you can see. Very cool. And here's the packaging, just to give you an idea. This is what I like about this generation. The packaging is amazing. And of course, this is on the 40th anniversary and celebration. It has like it looks like a comic book, and it has the corner art that is by Marvel. All that is very, very cool. They did a really nice job with this one for sure. It looks really, really well done. There are a couple of changes that were done. Like, I'm not necessarily crazy the fact that, for example, you can see this in his legs, this like triangle or formal things did not appear here on the legs. They went on a different route, but they made some sacrifices, so it's not like 100% accurate, but you get the idea. I think for the most part, it's a really nice figure. Here's more of that art to give you an idea. That cover. Blaster and Straxus battle more than meets the eye. Transformers, fantastic comics. And here you can see the back. And this is the thing. This is the type of one where I feel like, man, you need to have two. One just for the art, just for the box alone, and one just to unpack. Looks really, really cool. They did a really nice job with this packaging. I think this is great. But now the one, and that is actually, I'm definitely tempted just because of the art alone. But the one that I'm going to get, because I really like, is this Generations Comics edition, Grimlock. Grimlock looks massive. $59.99, I think it's a great price. It's definitely retooling, a redone. It's the same figure that we had with Grimlock before. But I think with the Studio 86, which definitely we need I think it's coming back again. At some point, it's going to be reissued with some changes. But this, of course, based, of course, on the comic book. And, man, it looks really, really well done. I like the paint deco. It looks impressive. This is definitely the one that, as soon as it was announced some months ago, I was looking forward for the pre-order. And I'm definitely going to add this to the collection. Here, it looks fantastic with the swords. A very nice depiction. Those lines, of course, represent a little more of that style of art, cell shading sorta of the comic book. Very, very good. I did some changes definitely to that. It's very, I like that it's very poseable, it seems, or you can get more poses than the average one, which is great. Very nice. Very cool looking one. And I'm trying to see if we can get, here's the packaging. Let me give you this is the packaging, which is awesome. And now the Dinobots. That is a very cool looking packaging, man. Very, very well done. This is the back. Oh no, I opened the wrong one. I gotta open this one. This is the back of the packaging. Fantastic. Love this one. Man, this art looks amazing. Just the packaging alone. Now you want to collect just the packaging. Of course, it comes with its crown. And yeah, it's awesome. It is a very awesome figure. Definitely just for, and look at this side of Grimlock right there. So yeah, I'm telling you, this is one that definitely is for collectors. You know, you should have the packaging. Just the box alone is a beautiful piece of art, and they did a fantastic job. So yeah, you can pre-order right now. They're still available. There's going to be released, according to this, approximately in August. So a couple months they'll be out, and definitely once they get out, I'll grab them for sure. But yeah, this is great to see the Transformers in this way and see what the companies are doing. All right, let me move to the next thing. Thank you for those who are watching. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Cygor. All right, let's move to the next thing. And what I'm doing now, I'm gonna take you to we're gonna go to Sideshow Collectibles. And the reason we come to Sideshow, I'm gonna look at Threezero. There's more things that are being released. Here you can see, or things are coming soon. We're not gonna cover everything as we did before. I'm gonna just what is highlight for me. This one right here, but this is a highlight for me because I'm a Robotech fan. I grew up with Robotech. This is the Robo Duo Robotech BF1S Veritech Roy Fokker. That was the thing. But here is the 150. Very cool. And what I like about this one, this fully transforms. Size wise, it's not the biggest. It's only 8 inches. But it's a really nice depiction of the Veritech, and not only that, it can transform into the different forms. Whether you want the plain mode, which looks amazing, I think is a nice job. It's technically a transformer here, and here's with the robot mode, and here's the half robot mode, which I think looks amazing. It's not a big figure, but just the figure along with all that interchangeable parts and all that, you know, transformable aspect of it makes it really, really nice. Very cool figure. I wish it was a little bigger, of course, but Threezero with this particular line, they go into very small figures, mecha figures in a very small package. But I think it looks fantastic, and as you can see, very poseable, very nice weapon, and that looks really, really cool. Even the hands, you can do like, you see the hands, interchangeable hands to do different poses. I like the way in this form, and I will tell you, I would love to see. I think we definitely need to see more Robotech collectibles and figures, statue form. I think figures always work so really good because you can come up with so much stuff. We have seen the statues, of course, by produced by Prime One Studio, which are amazing in my opinion. The Veritech that they did, very nice on the plain mode, very well done. This is definitely, and I think the price is excellent for a figure that has all these elements and parts. It's not big, but it's fully transformable. You can even open the cockpit. You can see that it has a stand, which is great. I think for $150 is such a great deal. It comes with so many different aspects. Now, of course, it's going to be made out more than likely out of you know, plastic parts. Trying to see on the additional details, ABS, POM, PVC, zinc alloy. So it's gonna have some aspects gonna be kind of like die cast, which is great. It's a great figure overall, and I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So if you're a fan of Robotech, consider this one. It's available also Big Bad Toy Store, but also here at Sideshow. So you choose. Here's 150. If you go to Big Bad Toy Store, for example, here you can see it. It's $149. Keep in mind that great thing about Big Bad Toy Store is that also the shipping pace is flat. $4 flat rate fee is, you cannot beat it. That is the best rate ever, and it's the same. You will pay more definitely at Sideshow, but you know, maybe Sideshow gets it first. Sometimes Big Bad Toy Store doesn't get this stuff right away in comparison to other retailers. It depends. We'll see. Threezero has a good relationship with Sideshow, so I will be more than likely they're gonna get it first. All right, so the next thing, we're here at Sideshow still, and I want to cover the Hot Toy stuff. Here are the latest releases. Going back, and of course, your Hot Toys, a lot of things are coming. Like you see stuff that they have plenty stuff from Mondo is coming here. A lot of vinyl stuff. And some of the figures that we have seen before, like Skeletor, which is an amazing figure. I recommend anyone to have it. This is the regular version, but still amazing figure. And that Bane that we talked about it a few weeks ago, fantastic Bane. This is the regular as well. Now, I want to talk about the most recent figures that have been released from, you know, there's two that are on wait list. I right away went into the wait list. But here you can have Darth Sidious, a special edition. Some people, you know, may not be fans of this one. There's two different versions. The special edition is this one, $265, or you get the collector's edition also, which I think the special edition is, it has like the coins that they're giving now. The regular edition, collector edition, doesn't have them. So if you want to collect the coins, that's about it. But here is Darth Sidious. And again, the special edition comes with the bonus coins. If you are collecting those, want to collect those, then by all means, To be honest, this is an interesting. I would say that this is not a must. Some people may like it, but to me, I prefer, you know, the Emperor, you know, when it's older, you know, like more than Darth Sidious. But of course, this is for the completionist. This is for the one that wants to have every different variant and variation of a character. I think that's where it works. And of course, this is when he confronted Yoda, of course, in the Clone Wars, at the end, of course, of it. And you have the feature separate rolling eyeballs, and man, that he looks ugly and nasty and definitely demonic. You know, it just it's cool. You know, I think also another thing. I think it has the light up features in the hands, which that's really a cool thing. If I'm not, I think that's what it is. Interchangeable hands with some light up feature. That is awesome. Looks really cool. I think also the base is very cool, very simplistic, but rightly done. And I think now Yoda's also coming soon. But here you can see, definitely this is going to be a really nice battle scene. If you want to recreate that battle between Darth Sidious and Yoda, it's going to be definitely the way to do it. Again, you have the light of features and LED lightsaber and powered by USB. So you get all of that stuff. And I think the hands also, if I'm not mistaken, or it looks like it, but not sure. But yeah, that's Darth Sidious, 265. Again, collector's edition is just the regular edition, no coins. But right now, if you buy them the limited time release, then you got 18 days. I think just for the special edition. For the collector's edition is going to be on pre-order for quite a while. All right, so the next thing that they release here, and I'm going to talk about this one. This already on the wait list, the Imperial Commando. This is from the Bad Batch. And the price was around, I would say around that. It's limited edition to 2,500. This is what Hot Toys exclusive, as they call it. Limited edition. It looks really good. I like the Imperial Commandos. I like all the variations of all this, the troopers, and of course the clones and everything else. But it does look really good. It does have an LED light function in the eye, which is amazing, and it's something that should be implemented more, definitely for a lot of this character, a lot of these clones and stuff. That really looks really great. Nice weapons. It comes with a backpack, grenade, very nice gun. I like the detail. I like the armor, and it has some battle damage. It's really impressive in my opinion. Really well done. Interchangeable hands. And here, of course, there's a picture of two. Just for those who like to build armies. Then definitely people gonna go for those. Trying to build an army. Looks great. If you can find it, of course. But that was the first look. There was an unboxing, so definitely this is going to release very soon. This was on a special in of course in China and Hong Kong, all that with Hot Toys. Now of course they have it available. They right away sold them out, which interesting. Now there's this Obi-Wan Kenobi with a Mandalorian armor. Of course, in the Clone Wars you can see that. Of course they take this from that when he wore one of those, and it looks great. This is definitely, again, for the completionists, completely sold out of the wait list now. It looks really good. Really nice sculpt in the portrait. It does have, of course, the lifesaver. This is, again, for the completion. This is for the one who has to have different versions of everything. This would not be my first choice. I'd rather have a Mandalorian character rather than have Obi-Wan dressed as a Mandalorian. But hey, some people may like that. It's a very unique, very it's a niche type of thing, kind of like a limited thing for some people. I think it looks great. The portrait looks amazing, really well done. The likeness with the actor is so good, and the armor looks really great. He actually looks great as a Mandalorian for sure. I think anybody looks great with a Mandalorian armor. They're just phenomenal. They just to think about the design has always been the best part of it. That design that was done for these characters looks really good. Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. Here, of course, you have the rolling eyeball. That's the feature that now you see with all this Hot Toys products, which is an amazing addition to it. I think it makes the displays a better way to work with them, and definitely it's good. And I know that from experience with Hot Toys that I have. Sometimes you have to display the ones that don't have rolling eyes. I don't have any with rolling eyes yet. I have the older versions, all the models. You know, sometimes you're trying to display in a certain way, and you want the eyes to make it more realistic. You know, and you know, in a position that you're trying to put him. And I think that's a nice feature that is now being added by Hot Toys, which is also amazing. So yeah, this is what Hot Toys has done. They did a fantastic job. Now I want to take you to Spec Fiction. And we come into Spec because I want to show you a product that was released. This is from Quinn Studios InArt. They have it here at Quinn Studios. This is the Harry Potter Ron Wesley standard version. And also want to take you to Facebook. Right here, InArt. This is the private group, but I'm going to take you to their page. All right, InArt Collectibles. Here's InArt Collectibles. Now, just to give you an idea of this, of course, there's many retailers you can find this one. If you're a Harry Potter fan, definitely this is something that you hit the jackpot. This is the standard version, $395. That's what they have here at Spec. I don't think they have another version besides this one. I don't know if there's different versions. I only see one. Okay, so this is the standard version, $395 for this one. Of course, if you know InArt, you know that they sell a lot more than anything else. But before, let me look at some of the details of this InArt piece. This is a sculpted head sculpt with rolling eyes. You got a fully articulated body. Clothing, one school uniform wizard robe, school uniform winter cape. You got the uniform sweater, the Gryffindor tie, the Gryffindor tire, the school uniform shirt, the trousers, the scarf, the black leather shoes. Ooh, so they're real black leather. Okay, pair of socks. Okay, interchangeable hands. Okay, they have so much stuff there. I'm not gonna read it all. That's gonna be a lengthy thing. Oh, there's a deluxe version right here. So they do have a deluxe version. The deluxe version has the hair, if I'm not mistaken. It has one rooted hair head sculpt with rolling eyes. So here you get it. It's $525, which, oh wow. But it has the rooted hair for those who want rooted hair, and you get the rolling eyes, which technically Hot Toys has been doing without extra charge, which I don't know. But here, let's look at the pictures. Here I'm going to Facebook so I can look at better pictures. The standard version, the deluxe version. So let's look at them. This is definitely a very nice figure. And I would say the one thing that impresses me about InArt figures is that the clothing is so well done. They definitely, the seamstress or the people who work doing this and designing this clothing in a small scale, they really do an amazing job. You know, I'm not a fan of Harry Potter's. I gotta be honest with you. I don't even have ever watched Harry Potter. I probably start watching at some point and fall asleep. And I could not tell you anything about Harry Potter, just the basics. I don't know. I don't care. My brother and my sister-in-law, they love this franchise. I don't. I don't care. But I gotta be impressed. Definitely, they did a really nice job with this figure. And it's good because, you know, InArt has been doing some figures. They've been doing figures here from DC stuff, other stuff. But they're also going into other licenses, you know, and the Harry Potter is part of it. And they showcasing craftsmanship, great craftsmanship. Look at the base itself. Really very nice. Just the base alone is a piece of art. He has some chicken there, you know, some food, I guess. That is a very nice. That figure looks amazing. Very, very nicely done. This is a piece of art for sure. And look at this, see how possible it is. And this, now Harry Potter is there. It's not coming. That probably is coming very, very soon. Playing a chess match. So that is another addition to the whole thing. Comes with a lot of different parts. Here also they have this girl, I forgot her name. The only thing I like about the girl, looking at that, look at her knees. That is something that in my mind that shouldn't exist. They should just have like, that's what breaks the whole ordeal of making it look real. But that girl is coming. Hopefully they can address the thing with the knees and make it real, like, you know, seamless. You don't see the seams or anything. The standard version only comes with, you know, here with that and the accessories, which comes with a lot of accessories. The chest plates, you know, the food, the rad, the books. There's a couple books. And the deluxe version also comes, we look at the that stand, which just makes it better. I think that the deluxe is just a piece of amazing art. Very great engineering. Again, you get rooter hair, rolling eyes for the deluxe version. The standard just is more simplistic and take. Very nice. I would say they did a really nice job with this one. It's impressive. I'm not a fan of this, again, this franchise, but it is impressive to see a company that does really amazing work. Look at the other accessories to see what they're doing. Very cool. Very nice job. Impressive. I will say kudos to Queen Studios for doing another amazing job with this one. All right, let me take you back to, we're not going to spec, we're going to Sideshow, back again to Sideshow. I'm going to talk about a company that is called SD Toys. Now, SD Toys released two different things. They have an E.T. statue and they have a Mazinger Z. Now, the scale is a little bigger. I think this E.T. might be within the 1/5 scale, 1/4 scale. It's not, or it's 8.6 inches tall. Yeah, I would say around 1/6 or whatever. But in any case, now moving from figures to statues, or now we left those behind. What I like about SDO, this one, it's around $50. It's not that expensive. I saw that it's made out of resin. I remember this movie back as a kid. A classic for sure. And if you definitely would like to have a statue of E.T., it's a simple choice, simple statue. The base is very simple. It's not like overly detailed. And the whole thing, the creature itself, E.T., looks, painted properly, not overly painted. So I'm not so sure. It doesn't look like super premium in my opinion. At first, even by the look of it, looked kind of like you're looking at like a vinyl thing. But it is made out of resin. And $250, interesting, by this company, SD Toys. Looks fine. Now, the one that it really intrigued me the most, more than E.T., is this one, Mazinger Z. I grew up with Mazinger. They went with a really interesting choice for Mazinger. This, after a battle, he destroyed this. He vanquished his enemy. I forgot the name of this guy because, of course, many of those monsters. But $505. It's not that cheap. But definitely, there's a big fan base around the world. 12 inches tall, so it's within the 1/6 scale. Oh, there's no 1/6 scale, of course. It's within the standard of a figure of 1/6, which in my opinion, I found that the price is a little too extreme. For this, at 500, it should be like 350. But, it's Mazinger. So if you promote this in Europe, they love Mazinger. Spain, Italy, many countries in Europe, they love it. In Latin America, of course, it was a big thing. Latin America grew up with anime way before the United States. So now I know in Mexico we watched it, Brazil, many countries in Latin America remember Mazinger with fondness. Definitely one of the first ones. I would say the first was Astro Boy, but then, Speed Racer, all of those things kind of really were heavy. And they introduced way before, it's in the late 70s and the early 80s, were introduced in Latin America. But here, really cool. It's a nice depiction. I like it. It's very cool. I wish it had some interchangeable parts. It's just a simple, and that is my also another thing, that it doesn't have any interchangeable parts. It's a beautiful depiction of Mazinger, and it looks really good. The color looks great, but for that price, in my opinion, they should add a little extra more. I found it a bit too expensive for what it is. But still, I'm sure that some people will love this. It's made out of resin, and so I know a lot of fans out there will love to see Mazinger Z. All right, so let me take you now. Let me drink some water. And again, I want to say to all of you who are watching at this time, thank you very much for your support. I'm gonna take you right now to Kotobukiya. Well, actually, here at Sideshow, we're gonna look at Kotobukiya because they have it here. Kotobukiya released a new statue, new figurine, you can call it that, this week. Let's see, we can have it here. They have this, of course. We talked about it last week. This is for Figurama. And wait, great thing, they also have this week they have finally the replica of the Sword of Link, Zelda, Legend of Zelda, but it's already on the wait list. So yeah, they had it for some good time. So that was another place. But here you have Kikoru Shinomiya. I think that's what you pronounce it. I probably mispronounce it, but in any case, if you're a fan of Kaiju number 8, this anime that has been like crazy in Japan right now, is one of the most popular at the moment. It's very popular. A lot of fans of this. So they have this character there. And this girl with this big axe, this is an ARTFX-J, so this is a 1/8 scale. So it's around 10 inches. And mostly because of the axe, to the tip of the axe, which is huge. Very good. This collection, Kotobukiya has been really pumping this collection. Doing a lot of different figures for it. This is definitely a figurine in many ways. But as a 1/8, it looks really, really cool. Very nice depiction as always. Kotobukiya does amazing depictions with these figurines. The choice of the art and the way they do it, this PVC statues, is always amazing. It always amazes me. They're one of the best in the industry when it comes about working the PVC. And they do a really nice job. Definitely a nice contour in the back for sure. Nice detail, very nice paint job. That is a huge axe. And here's a depiction of all the other characters in this line. So far, this line has been doing amazing. Looks really, really good. Each one of them, they're going to create a very, very nice display. So this is available at Sideshow. I'm sure it's available other places. $120. This would the standard would be. This is what they're doing now. Looks amazing. Good job to Kotobukiya for doing another amazing piece in their ARTFX-J line. All right, so let me take you now. I want to take you to First for Figures. And the reason I'm going is because there's a 1/6 scale statue that went on pre-order, and I really wanted to talk about it as soon as it was announced. I was like, okay, this is it. This is definitely one of my favorite things that First for Figures have done in recent times. I am a big fan. There was, prior to this, there was a smaller version of this, a smaller PVC statue, but now they got the more premium. There are some changes to it, but they're doing, and I'll kind of give you an idea. We're gonna say Morrigan. Here you can see that is the version that they previously released. That was the PVC version. That is also on pre-order. You can see that is $150. It's so similar to this version that we're looking at it. It's very nice if you're looking for that particular thing. Let me show you an idea of what it is. The only difference with the statue and the sculpt is that is made out of PVC. This is made out of PVC. The base is a bit simplistic. It's the same sculpt. It's $150. The base is very, very similar, but there is more like other things that were added to the base, and of course, it's made out of resin. This one, and I will tell you one thing: the resin one is the killer. If I have to choose between the one that is PVC with in this case the resin, I'll go for the resin. Now the PVC looks amazing. They do amazing PVC statues. That I can tell you face to figure. So I would say if you cannot afford to buy the more expensive one, then go for the other one. But it's themselves, just the way they are, the statues, either or, they're amazing. If I have the opportunity, I go for the more expensive one because this 1/6 is bigger, and also because it just, in my opinion, is better because it's resin. At least it's heavier. Here, there's two versions. There's the player 1, player 2. I like the player 1 more because it's always been more on my style. And I think the one that is more recognizable, player 2, is also cool. Also, you can buy them both together as a package. Now, this is the regular player 1 is $529. You can see it's like we have 30 days to pre-order, early pre-order gift. You get the discount, which is I don't know how much, it's a percentage. You get like $30 discount off, which is great. But this is gonna be supposedly released in the second quarter. Now as you can see, they changed some aspects of the base. There's been so many different Morrigans in the past, but this choice of Morrigan, I like it. It's sexy, but it's not overly. Sometimes some companies might, not saying they're vulgar, but man, they go extreme with the presentation. And I think that First for Figures chose something that is sexy, but not also overly sexual. You know, one thing is to be sexy, another thing is to be sexual. And I feel that sometimes some companies did go into that route to over sexualizing things. And of course, we're talking about Morrigan. He's always been a sexualized character because of that's pretty much who the character is, even as at its core, who she is. But very nice choice. Very nice choice. And this is just the regular, that's no light up feature. But they did a really nice job. And it's such a beautiful portrait. I love her portrait. I think it's probably my favorite thing. It's such a beautiful, she's so calm, but at the same time so dangerous. Just like, you know, she's dangerous for sure. Even the hands, you can see the nails are really well painted, well done. Very well executed piece for sure. Look at that hand coming out. Very, very cool. Look at the eyes. I think that's one of the biggest things there. Very well done piece for sure. Player one. Really well done. Very well done piece. Now, if you won the exclusive, here's the one. The difference is going to be a few more dollars. It's $583 regularly. If you put it now, you get a $35 discount, which is definitely a good discount too. And this one, of course, you get the 2 LED functions for the deserted Chateau bottle, base with limited edition numbering. So you get that too. So it is just the light up feature, which makes it look so good in my opinion. That light up feature looks amazing. I think it gives her more presence in many ways. That purple coloring, but it's the same figure as you can see, the same portrait, nicely painted, very well done. Here, nice. Look at the strands of hair. The coloration there is really well done. It looks like the hair, like real hair in some way. Very nicely done. Same base. The only difference between that and the other one, of course, is the light up feature. That's what makes the difference here. Very well done. Now let me show you player 2, which is this one. Again, I prefer the other one, but some people might like to have a player 2, which has the purple hair. Her attire is a bit different in coloration. Still a cool looking one from different angles. Still the nice sculpt, but I do always like player 1 because I feel that green in her enhances her view and her face a lot more. But the player 2 is still an amazing one. They did a really nice job with the coloring, and they will be definitely for a completionist. I think most people who are going to have this one is because they want to have both. It looks great. Oh, I never saw that in the other one. In the background, you see that. That is cool. Now we're looking at the exclusive one with the paint. Very cool. Very nice, definitely. With the light up feature, looks really good. I do enjoy First for Figures. I've talked to the owner before, have chatted with him. Very down-to-earth guy. One thing I love about him is, like, I did a video some years ago in response to some things that were accusations or that. Things about the communication of the company. All companies go through that, and I was thinking, what's wrong with... So I made a video about it, and he reached out to me, which I always going to appreciate from him. And he talked to me about situation, explained situations. He came to the channel and explained things in the comments and all. Very down-to-earth guy. It was about his Facebook group and how things were handled in there. But in any case, very down-to-earth. I like people like that. I like people that they're not afraid to defend themselves, but they're not going to attack you directly, or they're not going to find ways to minimize what you're doing. They just simply know that you're just expressing it. And I'm always going to have great respect for what he did then. And I've always seen it. I admire his work. You know what they do, their work ethics and stuff. You know, they had nothing bad to say about First for Figures. You know, sometimes things happen. You know, we have to understand. Now, if you want to have both of this, you have the Morrigan here combo edition, where you can both and this is only for the exclusive ones. You get the combo with the lighter features. There's a discount of $83 if you decide to go. Of course, it's going to be right now. Normally, it's going to be $1,130 for both. But if you buy them now within the next 30 days, then definitely you get an $83 discount, which is great. I'm sure some people are going to use this one. Big fans of Morrigan, but there's no combo for the regular one, so you would have to buy both separately. In any case, I would say First for Figures did an amazing job on this one. As a company, they are impressive. They continue to be impressive. Admired what they're doing as a company. So I would say kudos to them for doing really amazing work. All right, my friends. Next thing, I want to take you to let me take a break very quick. Let me take a break. I've been at this for a little over an hour. I want to say thank you, Adam. Thank you, Sigor. I ask you, please, if you're watching this, don't forget to leave a like, to leave a comment. Let me know you're watching. Please subscribe if you're watching this for the first time. You like the content, you would support this channel. It would be great. Coming back in a moment, I'm going to cover the Dark Horse, that Hellboy that Tiger asked me about. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna look at Activision Blizzard. We're gonna look at Blizzard Entertainment. They have some statues at Sideshow. We're gonna look at Prime One Studio, and we're gonna talk about PCS. But please stay. Give me a few minutes, and I'll be right back, and we'll continue the coverage tonight. So, see you in a moment.
or I'm halfway out. Just trying to lose you now. Yeah, it was an illusion now. Yeah, I just wanna see you out. So give it up. Leaving all your texts on red with the games you left now. Give it up. You're sick of all the things you said getting in my head now. So I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know where you go. I don't wanna know. Yeah, it was an illusion now. You're leaving all the doors locked out. Yeah, I don't wanna know. Yeah, I don't wanna know. With a broken spleen, yeah. I'm blessed with the mess you leave, yeah. It's hard to stop in me, yeah. So I don't wanna know all the things that you left in my brain, starting all over again. Yeah, I need to put it away, not even back in my face. Yeah, I'm done with all that you can say, yeah. So leave me alone, 'cause I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know where you go. I don't wanna know. Yeah, it was an illusion now. You're leaving all the doors locked out. Yeah, I don't wanna know. Yeah, I don't wanna know.
All right, we're back. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. I just went and walked the dog. I needed to walk him. You know, he needs to do his thing. I think he's 13 years old and still acts like he's young. But nowadays he needs to go out more often, so we got to take him out often. But he has so much energy. But he is definitely my best friend, I would say, here in the house, or he's like a son to me. He's my dog. We've been having it for many years now. It was a rescue, but definitely he's always been one of the smartest dogs I ever known. I love him very much. His name is Bentley. Rat Terrier mix. He's tiny, but he's feisty, and you know he has his way. So we love him very, very much. But we're back, and I want to talk about. We were talking about Hellboy, so we're gonna take you there. So we're going to go. Let me close some of these windows because I have plenty of this. So I'm gonna take you to Dark Horse Direct. I think Dark Horse, amazingly, it's one of the companies that has been in business for many years now, but one of the original collectible companies. Surprisingly, Randy Bowen was doing stuff for them way before many companies like Sideshow were doing things. Already Dark Horse was a pioneer. People don't really think about that. They think about Marvel, DC, but Dark Horse was a pioneer in so many aspects, and it's still one of the companies that I admire because of they were the first ones creating so many things that are now pretty much the standard for us. All right, so here you see the Hellboy 30th anniversary. Amazing. I did talk about the 25th anniversary of Hellboy on my podcast 5 years ago, but now we're celebrating the 30th anniversary, and definitely they're going with a bang. And Dark Horse released this statue. At first glance, it looks like a regular resin statue. It's a vinyl figure, but it is so well done that it looks like you're talking about a real statue. And I'm telling you this. Price is excellent. $150 for this figure, and I think it's a very, very nice figure. Here you can see you can buy two. Let me give you some information here. Of course, this is at 12.5. It stands 12.5 inches tall, so it's within the 1/6 scale. Comes complete with accessories such as the famed corpse, Tom O'Clany, ready to be laid and to rest in the proper grave, a removable BPRD logo shirt, swappable weapon, hands and gun holster, and an interchangeable Unrama alternate head with flame crown. This is what really impresses me because it does have a lot of interchangeable parts. For a vinyl figure, it's not very common to happen. But they're doing it kind of like you're dealing with PVC. They're doing an amazing job here. Trying to see all the parts. I don't know if there's... Okay, the concept designer is Eric Siebenaler. The sculptor is George Helmick and Mike Bonanno. The manufacturer is Unbox Industries. It's soft vinyl and PVC. So it's both of them. So it's a PVC statue in itself, although they kind of more of PVC. So it has probably more of a NT feel at some points. It's probably not that heavy. Yeah, its product and packaging dimensions is 8 pounds. It's everything included. So here you have it. So let me show you the pictures. I don't know if you can see them here. And no. Let me open. Just to give you an idea of this one. This is the start of this. Looks pretty cool. Now you have this other, just to give you an idea of the scale. Here's right next to this guy. The base is simple, but it's so accurate to the art. You know, this is the way the artists envision it, the way you see Hellboy in the comic book. It's just a perfect rendition of Mike Mignola. You know, it's just really well done. Very nice size and presence. It's very impressive. Museum pose, but very, very well done. Very nice figure, definitely. And for the price, I think it's a bargain. It's a great price. You saw that Mazinger Z at $500. I think this is a more impressive piece overall. Here is with the gun. You know, he holding his gun. Actually, you can remove it and put it back in the holster, or you can have interchangeable. Looks really, really well done. This is another angle. Very well done. Mike Mignola's for sure art. It's always been impressive. Up to this day, I love his art. And very unique. This is from this angle. Nice paint job also on it, in his jacket. Everything really shines well, and I like the sculpt in his the portrait is really well done. I think this is the part where I will tell you this. Another aspect that I like about this piece is that you don't see like seams, you know. Yeah, they might see this one right here, but they're kind of hitting in a way that it's not bothersome. And that's something that sometimes bothers a lot of people when it comes to vinyl and PVC. I think they did a fantastic job in really representing that. And which makes it more premium. Looks more like you're looking at a resin statue. This is this type of figure that in so many ways people will not even notice, that they might think that's just a regular statue. Although here you can see a seam in his head. That might be bothersome, but from the front angle, which is technically where you want to display it because it's built that way, it's very unnoticeable. It's really well done. It looks very high quality. It looks premium. It looks very, very premium. And here you can see, like I'm telling you, that the gun is removable. And you can put it back, or change the hand and put it back into the holster. Looks amazing just with the hands. And here's the thing with the dead man in his back, he's carrying. And this thing, of course, you can see the shirt change. So you can do a ton of things with the weapon. You can change the gun back in. You can do different poses. Very, very well done. Oh wow, it looks amazing. Very well done, man. I'm telling you, it's just a very impressive statue. And I am definitely going to get this one. But look at that. Of course, interchangeable portrait with the crown and the horns. That is awesome. Very well done. Very, very well done. Impressive. This is an impressive, man. At this point, I wish it was an action figure too, but so you can pose it. But look at that, even the base with the skulls. So you can definitely optimize, or you can customize. That would be the better word. Customize this in different ways as you want to see fit. It's not a boring, just one single pose type of vinyl statue. It is so well done. The paint job is well applied. The art is so well represented. Very nicely done. Very nicely done for sure. I would say that Dark Horse did a fantastic job with this one. They kill it. And the best part is that they make it very affordable. It's going to be limited in numbers. It's going to be 2,000 still, which still has a great number. But they made it affordable. You know, they didn't want to just kill it with the price. Sometimes companies do. Of course, it's a time to sell it and sell things expensive. If you can go for resin, you're looking at $500. It would be charging. Look at the way he has even. It seems like he has magnets. It appears, maybe. But yeah, you can just really customize it. You know, in a way that you want to cut. You know, you want to make it look. And it's just, in my opinion, the way to do it. Here you can see how they do the heads. Very nicely done. I'm really impressed with this one. I think Dark Horse did such a fantastic job, and they still make it in a way that it's affordable and available to anyone. Here you can see this part of the body that I think it maybe has a magnet. It has to have a magnet in order to hold on to it, in my opinion. I think, and that's how you install the shirt, and it's such a clever way to do it. It's such a clever way to do it. Very nicely done. I'm truly impressed with this one. Let me give you this picture. He's holding it there. Very, very impressive. And you know, this is the thing, a lot of YouTubers don't talk much about it. I do, because I care. And that's the reason why I do my research every week and I look at this stuff. I'm not talking about the stuff that just pops up on a Facebook group, or like, you know, people bring up to attention. I talk about everything, and I go through everything. I look at many Facebook groups. I look at Instagram. I follow a lot of these companies. Every time I hear something new, I am on different websites and forums. I always looking at information, and that's how I came up with this, you know. And many people are not talking about it, but I think it's it's a killer figure, really well done. And look at that again. Let me show you again everything that comes with all the different parts. The shirt. Oh, the gun you can replace on the holster, or it comes with the holster. You can remove it and just put the empty holster and the gun in one hand. So yeah, you can optimize it in so many different ways. It's such a perfect for $150. I'm telling you, this is better than some statues that are too expensive, like $500 and have nothing to show for. So yeah, this is a killer from Dark Horse Direct. Don't skip on this one. If you're a fan of Dark Horse Direct, Dark Horse or the Hellboy, you're a fan. This is a must, and I think it's a slipper in a way that once it's sold out, it's gonna be hard to come by. I think so. You know, that's my opinion, because hey, it's celebrating the 30th anniversary. Are we going to see more statues? At the end of the day, I prefer the statues that represent the art on the comic book, and I think this represents the comic book to a T. It's so good. It's so well done. It represents the art of Mag Mignola, the way I've always seen Hellboy in the comics. So it's just the perfect the representation. Hey, what's up, my friend squad? How you doing, squad captain? Thank you for stopping by. So yeah, don't skip on this one. It's on pre-order right now, $150. I think it's a perfect price. It comes with so many extras. It's a beautiful figure for sure. All right, so now let me take you back. We are going to go to Sideshow, and I'm gonna continue with the statues. I think this is between 1/6 or could be even 1/5. But we're talking about in this case, these two statues that were released. This is done by Blizzard Entertainment, and they got the Sylvanas. This is, of course, you're the World of Warcraft fan, which I'm not really playing that game, so I'm not. These are within, if I'm not mistaken, dimension wise, by the scale alone, that could be between, I would say between 1/5, or it could be 1/4 scale. Could be. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's somewhere in between. Now, the people who are involved in this, and I'm going to give credit to the artist, you got Brian Fay as the sculptor. For this one is Alvaro Buendia, is also another sculptor. And the Jason Huang is the designer who designed this in the 3D design, you know, the art where the sculptors were inspired from. But yeah, it's within that. It's within the 1/5 or almost quarter scale, somewhere in between. He doesn't really say, but I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. It could be a quarter scale, somewhere in between. Somebody knows, correct me. But it looks really, really well done. Look at that, and those stairs that she's walking in. And Sylvanas, I think this is a female, of course. And it's such a well done. Look at that portrait. It doesn't say who is the painter, but it's so well executed. There's a lot of detail in this sculpt. And I'm not a fan of the World of Warcraft, but I do like the art here represented, and it's so well executed. Very nice for those who are fans of this. I definitely a must in my opinion, so check on that. Now also, what they were doing, they have this armor. There's something that the Lich King, and also another character here that is also by Blizzard. It's just a scale replica. It's fine. I think I'm more interested on the statues. This is the artist Menethil Lich King. This is almost $1,200. It's, and definitely on the scale, it's 17.3, so it's the same scale as the other, so it's within the same range. And the detail here, let's look at the artist, because I think the artists are different than the previous one. Here you have Brian Fay, the sculptor too. Aaron Bennert is also another sculptor. Chung Kan is another sculptor. So I don't know. I think they did different parts of the armor. On the paint, we have Mireia Romo Bowen, painter. Interesting that her name is Bowen. I don't know if she's related to a Randy in some way. Louis Villamar. Villamar is a good friend on Facebook. Great guy. great painter too. A fan who became a painter by doing things on his own, and ultimately now he's a professional in the industry. You know, it's been a process over the years, but you know, he became a painter, full painter, started painting with custom things for people. Now, of course, he's full invested in it, and he works for Blizzard. Amazing work he does, for sure. He does amazing work. But here, look at this one. Very nicely done. Very impressive. There's a lot of detail in that base. Actually, this is 26 inches tall. So yeah, this is pretty tall. Again, not sure if we're looking at a quarter scale, or maybe this guy is really... I think this guy is tall as it is. Very nicely done. It's a very expensive piece, but it has a great level of detail. Villamar did a fantastic job painting it. Also, with Mireia too, they did a really nice job. Very, very well done. Wow, look at that detail there on that armor. I don't see any mixed media. It seems everything is sculpted. That base, that detail with all those dead warriors. Awesome piece for sure. Very impressive. This is definitely for the fans. Expensive, but I'm sure that some people love this detail, and they all for it. So they have very nice piece. There's two pieces. Everything that they do here is very good. Now they also got this replica of the armor. Like I was telling you, $100. It's just a replica. It's only 6 inches tall, so it's tiny. It's something that's more to add on to, you know, you don't have $1,000 and you have $100. Maybe you want something you can put on your desk or somewhere. But the statues are amazing. They did a really nice job with them. Very, very, very nice job. A very impressive work they did with these statues. All right, so that's what we got there. So now let me take you to the statue. Sadly, oh, it's special K33. Which one is the one that used the that you think was sadly? You talking about the Hellboy, or you talking about any of these figures? Okay, I'm not sure you're talking about Hellboy or any other. Or you're talking about this Blizzard. I'm thinking that perhaps you're talking about the Hellboy. Yeah, it would be nice to have it as a figure. That would be amazing. I think we need a figure also at that scale. That would be awesome on the 1/6 scale. That would be great. And right now, any case, let's go to Prime 1 Studio. And drink some water, because I want to talk about another piece, in my opinion, that is amazing. I'm a Gurren Lagann fan. But before we get into it, let's talk about this Prisma Wing statue. This is Vanitas, the case study of Vanitas. I think this is an anime, or perhaps a manga that happens in Japan. Maybe both. You know how it's in Japan. This is not that big. It's $299. This is the case study of Vanitas team base. Okay, so thus introducing the vampire Dr. Vanitas, the protagonist of the anime manga. Okay, so it's both. The case study of Vanitas, where the enchanting streets of 19th century Paris play host to a unique blend of humans and vampires, woven together by the mystical aftermath of the Babel incident. So yeah, that's what it is. This is made out, of course, of PVC. That's what they do with this. The Prisma Wing, most of it, it's a 1/7. It's PVC ABS. But I would say this. I think that they do really a nice job. It comes, the bonus version goes with a mini card, collectible card, I guess. It's a very interesting looking depiction. The base alone, very well done. I would say that Prime 1 with the Prisma Wing collection, they going into that route. They doing more high end PVC ABS type of thing, and it looks really cool. Primarily center into a lot of Japanese franchises, IPs, a lot of anime, manga. So they do have a strong market over there in Asia. There's a strong market in Asia for PVC figurines and statues. I think that's where they're heading, and that's what they're doing there. It's well done. You know, I'm not necessarily a fan of this. I've never watched this show or read the manga. And it's not in something that I personally feel, oh my God, I need to watch. It's not my cup of tea per se. I found this more girly in some way. Some of these mangas and animes that sometimes happen in Japan, kind of weird. Oh, the 1000 Toys did that already, but this is nice. Yes, they did. Talking about Hellboy. Yeah, they did that one, but it was a smaller scale. That 1000 was like a 112, was not a 16. Yeah, that was a nice figure too, but this is a 16 and 150. But yeah, here looking at this one, not bad at all. Kind of cool for those who are interested, but this is what they did for the Prisma win this week. That's what was released. But the one that, in my opinion, was the big highlight is this: the Gurren Lagann, the Kamina Simon Joko with Lagann, our hearts pierce the skies. That's what they call it. The Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. This is one of my favorite shows. As I mentioned earlier, I grew up with anime. I watch anime. But I left anime for many years. I didn't really care much about anime. I did care about games, you know, a lot of fighting games and stuff. I was into that kind of thing, but not really into. It was, I would say, in the early 2000s that I started watching anime again. And Gurren Lagann was one of the first ones I started watching. And I became addicted to that show. I love it. That and Samurai 7. Samurai 7, I think, more than Gurren Lagann. I think both. And there were others, too, that I was like, okay, I like this. You know, there was a lot of great shows then. Desert Punk and all of them. Those were interesting. But I will tell you this. This is a very, very, very cool depiction. The deluxe bonus version is $18.99. This was a highlight of the big event at the showcase. I was impressed with this one. I'm still impressed. I think they did a really nice job in depicting all the characters. This is, in my opinion, the best diorama they have done so far. They have done other dioramas for other manga or anime shows, but there were a couple of things that I pinpoint. I felt that everything was not gelling together in a way where it was easier to display because there was so much detail in the background and the back. This one, it's perfect just to display it just front and center. You don't miss detail. Yeah, you may not see what's in the back of the statue, but everything is aligned because the characters are on top of each other in one way, so everything is in one perfect line. It's such a perfect rendition. It's the engineering, the execution, the whole thing was done properly. Now the bonus version, of course, is you get this, I forgot the name of this little creature, kind of like that is part of the show. And it's funny because technically he loses his tail and they have to eat the tail. It's just funny. You have to watch the show. And in order to gain some energy, it's like you have to eat it because in this future, there's no food or anything. You're living in a way where there's no food. It's a very fun show. And of course, the swappable part is Tim, the little creature, the little hamster thing. I forgot the name. And right there in the meats of her boobs. You know, that's just the way it is, because that's part of the show. You're going to see that. He likes to hide in there. But it's cool. And she looks great. You know, Joko looks great. I think that's she looks very sexy for sure. But again, like I was telling you, with the Lagann right there, the whole thing, all of them fit on that little thing sometimes forcefully. It's such a great depiction. And of course, they have done other Gurren Lagann statues, but you know, and I like those. And if you already have the Gurren Lagann that they did the big mecha statue, that is amazing. I think these two together combined, like right next to each other, that's the way to do it. But it's such a great depiction. And Kamina looks, you know, standing right there as always proud. Simon in the center, you know, as Simon always is. A bit scared, but also there's braveness in here. He's brave. He doesn't even know it initially, but he comes to realize he's brave. And Joko, of course, she's something else. You know, it's with the big gun because she's a sniper. She's a phenomenal sniper. It's such a fantastic depiction. 129 pictures here. And we're going to try to go through all of them, because I love this depiction. The paint job is excellent. They did such an amazing job. This is definitely one of my favorite pieces that I've seen from them. And I've seen so many that sometimes you lose count. But I'm not saying this just because the heat of the moment. I think it is one of the most impressive because it's one of the most well executed they have done. You know, there's not really anything that you can say it was done wrong or need to be improved. I think it's just 100% perfect. The only thing that will determine this not to be 100% perfect would be that the final product has a lot of, you know, issues, some problems. There's even a LiDAR feature in the eyes of the Lagann, the robot, and that is really cool. The LiDAR feature in the base is really well done. Really impressive piece. Well done. And of course, there is that sex appeal that comes with Joko, and they in a very sexy, very a little kind of a little bit X-rated pose in some way. But yeah, if you know, there's a lot of fans of Jogo, so yeah, they're doing it good. I like the interchangeable portraits that they use. Very cool, all of them. Very well applied. I would have actually loved for Jogo to have like a portrait where she's not serious as she is here. Maybe a little bit more of a smile, perhaps. Although they did include that in the other swappable part. And this comes with all the pieces. Again, the only bonus is that one. It comes with all of them, so it's great. The LiDAR feature is great. Very well done. Dimensions is close to 1 meter tall, so it's pretty tall. Has a nice size quarter scale statue. Very, very well done. Look at that, they're all in line. It's a perfect piece. Very cool. The background, very well done. I'm just impressed by this at every single angle. Oh, this is a very, very nice take. That's the key of the lagging. That's the bonus. He's all chummy happy there. Very well done, man. I'm telling you that. And with the all interchangeable portraits, there's so much you can do. You can play with it. You can change the faces. Kamina definitely looks like Kamina, looking like always with the smirk and the smile and the braveness that he has, which makes Kamina such a role model for Simon. He's the guy that believes in him and believes in his potential and all. He's you know, he's crazy, but that's the good thing about him. Is it's definitely what I like about the Gurren Lagann show in itself is because I always felt that each character complemented so well. Simon, of course, he's not sure himself, but there is so much power and potential in his life and who he is. But the other person that believes in him, not even his tribe believe in him, but Kamina is the one who believes in him and always push him to the skies. You know, that's where they always go into the skies. That's what it says: cut hearts, appease, pierce the sky. So that's pretty much the saying that he says. And it's always like about you can get far, you can just be out of this, you know, go further than anyone. And I always like that as a character is build you up. I always like that. I feel that was one of the aspects I like about Gurren Lagann. The push of that for any person to watch, as a young person or anywhere, it's the idea of you can push just for higher. And Jug, of course, he always kind of like the Jogo and Kamina like each other, but at the same time they kind of hate each other because Kamina can be a little bit abrasive sometimes in his attitude. But I think it's just it's a great show. I recommend. You haven't watched it, like, I know some people were impressed with this statue, but they haven't watched the show. I would recommend anyone to watch it. Look at the rifle, nice detail. I recommend anybody to give it a try and to watch Gurren Lagann. It's such a really nice show with, you know, so much richness on it. And I actually have it. I should watch it. I was thinking about it, watching it the other day. I'll find the time. I definitely I wanted to rewatch a lot of those shows. Samurai 7, I need to rewatch it again. I watched it several times, but I want to do it again. Very cool. Very nice depiction. Beautiful piece for sure. I would love to see this in person. I will love to see it. You know, I'm thinking about it. It's also available as Sideshow. Both versions, the bonus version and the regular version. So that is a great option for sure. So yeah, the deluxe bonus version, the regular version, they're all available, and I highly recommend anyone. This is a nice piece. Definitely one of the highlights for me this year. All right. Thank you for watching, my friends. Don't forget to leave a like and to comment. Now, let me show you the next thing. This is I would say the final piece today. We're going to go to PCS. Because there's a new statue. This is on the 1/3 side. This is the Howling. This is the Platinum exclusive. You can get this also at Sideshow, but not the exclusive. The exclusives are only available here. Now, Primos Collectible Studio is proud to present the Howling 1/3 scale Epic Series statue Platinum exclusive, an impeccably detailed mixed media representation of one of cinema's most iconic werewolves. It's expensive. I think PCS lately has been kind of killing it with they're doing amazing work, but they're also asking for high prices. Are they going to get them? You never know. Now, the thing is this. If you pre-order, it started, of course, this week. A current price reflects early bird pre-order window pricing, which they have nowadays. It's an additional 5% off, which is $133 back in PCS loyalty points where item ships. So you get some extra that you can use at the store for other things. So it's something that they've been doing lately. And here are all the statues. Of course, we have talked about them and stuff that they're doing. The horror. They've been getting definitely premium collectibles into the horror market. Here is that. It has, of course, the mixed media hair, as you can see. It's so bloody and impressive. Definitely, this is for the horror fan. Now, includes a swap out left hand. This is the platinum one. It says the black glove and a makeup brush, which they give now. You get the ticket and the platinum coin. You get the certificate of authenticity, which is a plaque in itself. And then you get the chance to win 1 ounce real platinum coin, and that's what they offered too, a chance to win a platinum coin, which is cool. 38 inches in height. It's pretty tall. Again, 1/3 scale. It's huge. And then you have the interchangeable hand with the arm that he's eating, and you can see the bloody face, so you can also swap the mouth, it seems. This is something definitely for horror fans, which I'm not, you know, but it's impressive what they did. And actually there's everything. It's so realistic, of course, because it has the fur that was added. But man, he devoured that poor man right there. Ugh, that is just like gruesome just to watch. Hey, what's up, Knight? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, looking at it, yeah, that is impressive for sure. You know, if you like that kind of thing, which I'm not necessarily a fan, this is just the exclusive. Now, if I go to Sideshow, let me see, because to be honest with you, I want to know what's the difference between this exclusive and the one on Sideshow. So that is technically the same thing. Okay, it's 28. So I think the only difference would be that this one doesn't have the interchangeable hand and the bloody mouth. So yeah, that's all it is. So the exclusive one comes with the interchangeable arm with the, you know, with the arm of that man that this werewolf, you know, just killed, and definitely that bloody mouth. So that, yeah, they're interchangeable parts. So this is 2,800. You can get the same price again here at PCS, but you're gonna get the exclusive size. It's only 150 pieces, which is very limited, and definitely it understands the market. Not everyone is a horror fan, and there's a lot of people out there that will not going to pay this type of money for horror pieces. So only those who are really invested in this type of thing will do it. So it's kind of cool. They are doing that. That is cool. All right. So we finished with that part. Let me just drink some water, because it seems that we cover everything, which is great. I still did a good time, 2 hours. Oh, I'm so thirsty. This morning I went to help my sister-in-law to clean her yard. There was a lot of bushes that needed to be trimmed. Like, they were really bad. They're really tall. So I went there. I don't do work, like hard work, you know, hand work for a living. I work in an office, so I don't do that. I used to do many years ago. I used to do, you know, work with my hands and stuff, which I don't do anymore. And I used to do landscape work. I have done all that too, you know. So you know, I was more active. So now it's like my hands are like, I feel like they're shaking, like, because I was using the trim. I was trimming a lot of stuff. It needed to be done. Some trees needed to be trimmed, bushes needed to be trimmed. So it was a lot of work, and then it started to rain. So yeah, it was, maybe that's why I get a little bit of red. Thankfully there was not a lot of sun out. It was cloudy. It started to rain heavy, but we got that done. So my hands are like, oh my god, they feel like they're throbbing, you know, right now. But in any case, I want to say to all of you, thank you very much for spending the time here with me today. We cover good ground with this collectibles. We talk about many good things today, from action figures, toys. These are the coolest things, in my opinion, that happened this week. There's other things. I know right now there's some stuff that is happening with Legendary Beast Studios. They are releasing some stuff. I decided to skip it because it's no official. Other people are talking about it. I'm sure you can watch these videos. We'll talk about those things when the time comes. More about Legendary Beasts. Also, Oniri Creations did an announcement. They are bringing more news. They're finalizing some of the contracts. They're doing some things. They're moving forward. And next couple of weeks, they'll announce the new name. He was kind enough to actually pinpoint my channel in his. If you follow them on Facebook, on the Facebook page, they talk about watching my previous video. You haven't watched that video interview with Oniri, I would recommend you to do it. Support that too. But yeah, there's a lot of things that that we try to cover here, you know. And as I mentioned before, what I share here is my opinion, straight, unadulterated. You know, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I try not to be disrespectful to the companies, but I'm going to present facts. What I mean by facts, you know, facts, everybody has a different opinion of things. Facts is the things, and we just simply dissect the facts. You know, the facts are the reality of the what's in front of us. It's an event, situation. A fact is something that is palpable, something that you can touch, like this bottle of water. That is a fact. It is real. It doesn't change. It's the way you present the news. How you dissect the news. The facts are the news. How you dissect the news, that's a different story, and that's where opinions differ. My opinion is going to be my opinion. I'm going to share it. I try to be respectful to things, but I try to clear things out about things and situations with companies. And, you know, and I'm not going to apologize for having my opinion. I said it earlier in the video. I'm not going to, unless, of course, I made a mistake, which I can make mistakes. And if there are mistakes made, then I will apologize. My only thing I will recommend anybody is to pay attention to what the companies are doing. Do not pre-order. Somebody asked me about some products, about asking me about another company there that they pre-order some stuff and they disappear, which is amazing. And I want to talk about that too in a previous video about if I knew about this other company. I forgot the name. And what I want to share with this now, just to give you just in the ending now of this video as I go, the last thought is that be careful how you pre-order stuff. I will recommend anybody pre-order from companies that you have a relationship with them, or you have done things in the past, that they have a good standing in the community. Those are the companies that you feel enticed to pre-order. Put money down, because those companies have proven that they are reliable. Companies like Sideshow Collectibles, even Prime One Studio, XM Studios, yes, has been delaying, but you know, they've been reliable for the most part, so we can trust them. But that doesn't guarantee that things are going to be released, of course, for any company. What I'm saying is that don't simply, for the heat of the moment, buy from companies that you don't trust, or companies that just came out of nowhere, or people who are even, they're selling like custom things, or they sell them, you know, like private commissions out of nowhere. Be careful. Some of these companies have been doing business for a long time. Dark Horse Direct, Dark Horse Comic have been doing stuff for a long time. I trust them. I know that the vinyl statue of Hellboy is going to be done well. Why? Because Dark Horse has been doing statues for many years. And I'm sure that they will stand by their product. They haven't given me any reason not to do so. And so I do like that kind of thing. And I like that there's a difference in price. Also, another thing that I would say is that there's always something for everyone. You know, you can go for the ultra expensive stuff, or you can go for the cheaper stuff. And sometimes some of these cheaper things that are done are actually cool. Like this Hellboy, for example, again, $150. Other company will charge you for $500 or $1,000 for another statue. You're getting a very nice statue for at 1/6 scale. Looks amazing. It's a nice way to celebrate Hellboy and his history. I like it, and I think it doesn't break the bank in comparison to paying $500 for another thing. Now, that doesn't mean that some things that cost like $2,000, like this Gurren Lagann statue, it's bad. You know, I think it's an amazing representation of Gurren Lagann. I think probably the best. And I think that in my mind, I'm thinking, who can top this? Who can top that? I think they just kill it and the competition for years to come. And one day maybe somebody top it, but for the most part, it's a great representation of those guys. It's just, it looks great. And I'm always blown away by it. even by the action figures that Hasbro's doing with the Transformers, with the packaging, and you know, I live for that. I live for the things that represent my childhood, my youth, the franchises that I grew up watching, and that I've always come to love, even as an adult, like Gurren Lagann, for example, that I come to love so much. And I think it's a way to represent those things that really have been good to us, you know, entertainment and everything else in life. So I don't know what you think. I want to tell you this. I want to say again, thank you very much for your support. Do not forget to leave a like, to leave a comment here in the video. Let me know how you feel about the stuff we covered today. Yes, I will have, you know, the timestamps will be available soon. Might not be tonight, but tomorrow morning, if you watch this in the future, or if you want to come back to the video, watch something that you skipped for, you know, you got distracted, or you got to move away from the screen, have to do something else, or you didn't get the opportunity, you can always go back and watch that part. And, you know, for detail, for you know, for reference information that was given there, you can go back to that part of the video. So I will have it ready. I definitely gonna go for the weekend. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do the rest tomorrow. Of course, maybe go to church. A couple of things I gotta do. I maybe stay tuned. I finalized watching the X-Men 97. I probably give them a review. I want to give my opinion on it. Although my video, the reviews of movies and TV shows doesn't really do well in the channel, because my channel is not, technically the algorithm doesn't recognize it as part of it, so for some reason it doesn't recommend it much. But I liked it. It was good. And there are a couple of things that I want to mention that I'm still processing in my head about the good and the bad, because not everything was good, but there were a couple of things I still enjoyed it very, very much. I think it was super well done. But there are other things that I'm watching right now. I started watching Knuckles in Paramount Plus, and I'm watching other shows too. I'm doing all kind of things, so maybe I'll do some reviews about it. I still haven't done the Iron Studios. I haven't had the chance to sit down to do the review of the Superman versus Doomsday diorama. I need to get to it. Just give me some time. I'll get it done. I'm sorry if I haven't really had the opportunity. I just haven't had the chance. A lot of things that I have to do with my work, my life. Like yesterday, went to work, and the other night I have to go to a special gala with work. A gala, the scholarship that our company supports, and so there were a lot of students there that were supporting to go into college. So we were in that event. So it was a long night, but it was a very, very, very constructive night, and I enjoyed it very, very much. And I'm glad that the company that I represent, I work, really is helping these kids to go through their studies, further their studies. And some of these kids are definitely going places. You know, they may not have all they need the help to get where they need to be, but I think they have the goals to get into so many areas and I think they're the future. We have to support children, and we have to support the youth. So my friends, God bless you. Take care. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again. Stay tuned. Maybe I do some live streaming on my gaming channel. I've been wanted so bad to do some of it, but I haven't really had the opportunity. But stay tuned for that. Support me there too. Support me on my podcast. I haven't really done anything. I'm not sure if I'm gonna this year we're gonna have the podcast or anything. I haven't really worked on it. It's just my time has been very limited with a lot of things, with work and definitely with family, and you know, trying to at least keep this channel alive is something that on my free time I'm doing. Take care. I'll see you again. God bless.